Shriyuta Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayaniti Namine Andeham Shri Guru Varam Shri Rupanuga Pravaram Brajara Sarasikam Cha Narayanam Tam Prapanam Shri Guru Charanam Bandhe Ramana Prasthaya Bhutale Rupanuga Vadam Tam Cha Kripa Murtim Narayanam Shri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Adarya Madhurya Gunaishchayuktam Paramvarenyam Purusha Mahantam Narayanam Tam Shirashanamami Namo Vishnupadaya Shri Keshava Priyatmine Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Vamaniti Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Bhagavakti Pravartike Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Acharya Simha Rupine Shishimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshaviti Namine Atimartya Charitraya Swashitanam Chapaline Jivaduke Sadartaya Shri Premadaya Gaurashaya Vigrahaya Krishna Kamaika Charine Rupa Nuga Pravadaya Vinodeti Swarupine Prabhupadantarangaya Sarva Sadguna Saline Mayavada Tamotaya Vedantartha Vide Namaha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Tinamine Shri Varsabhanavi Devi Dayataya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhurya Ujvala Premadya Shirupanuga Bhaktira Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Virudapa Sadanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Shakshait Vairagya Murtaye Vipralamba Rasambodhe Padambujayate Namaha Namo Bhaktivinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaur Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaudavir Bhava Nirdesta Sajana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannataya Te Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahaviranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jayatam Surator Pangor Mama Manda Matergati Matsarvasya Padambojo Shri Radha Madana Mohano Divyadvindaranya Kalpadrimada Shrimad Radhanagada Simhasansto Shrimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Preshtalabhi Sevyamano Smarami Shriman Rasarasarambi Vamsi Vatatastita Karshan Venu Swane Gopi Gopinata Shriye Surna Vrindaye Tulsi Devyaye Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavityaye Namo Namaha Panchatatvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Alrighty, we'll start with, those are different prayers to our different spiritual teachers, and to Radha and Krishna.
गुरुदेव कृपा करे मुझको अपना लेना Oh Gurudev, please have mercy on me. Take me as your own. I fall before you, taking shelter of you. Please grant me a place at your lotus feet. Your name is the repository of compassion. Kindly shower me with that, O Master. Rouse my sleeping fortune. My boat is caught in a whirlpool. Kindly rescue me. You are an ocean of happiness and a nurturer of devotion. You are always on my mind. You are more dear to me than my life itself. Incessantly I chant your name. Kindly forget all my faults. I am a servant of the Vaishnavas and I am forever sold at the feet of my Guru. O Master, please do not forget me, who are all alone in this world. I am a beggar at your door. Please do not let your heart forget me. Haribol.
Okay, cool. Maybe page 39.
Page 39?
Yeah. Ohe Vaishnava Thakora Doyara Sagara Edase Karuna Kori Ohe Vaishnava Thakora Doyara Sagara Edase Karuna Kori Ohe Vaishnava Thakora Doyara Sagara Edase Karuna Kori Ohe Diya Pada Chaya Sodohe Amare Diya Pada Chaya Tomara Charana Dori Tomara Charana Dori Chaya Vegadomi Chaya Dasa Sori Chaya Guna Dehodase Chaya Vegadomi Chaya Sata Sangha Deho He Amare Sata Sangha Deho Rare Chaya Sata Sangha Deho He Amare Bosechi Sangera Se Bosechi Sangera Ekaki Amara Nahi Payaba Harinama Sankirtane Ekaki Amare Tumi kripa kori Shadha bindu diya Tumi kripa kori Shadha bindu diya Tumi kripa kori Deho Krishna namedane Deho Krishna namedane Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite paro, tomara sakatiache. Krishna se tomar. Amito Ganga, Krishna Krishna Boli, 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 Taitava Pacha Pache. Taita Baba O Vaishnava Takora Toyada Sagara Dase Karuna Kori O Vaishnava Takora Toyada Sagara Vaishnav Thakur, oh hey Vaishnav Thakur, oh Vaishnav Thakur, oh hey Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur. Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya. To be determined.
Goranga bolite habe pulaka sharira Hari Hari bolite na yane babenira Pulaka sharira Hari Hari bolite na Neva venir Arako venitai chader Karuna hoive Samsara vasana mora Kabe tucha habe Abenitai chander Karuna hoibe Anamora Vishaya chodiya kobe Sudaha bemana Kobe hama hera boshi Shri Vrindavana Vishaya chodiya kobe Suraha vemana Kavyamo Shirindana Rupa Raghunatha Pare Hoibe Yakuti Kabe Hama puja você, Jugala Periti. Rupa Raghunatha Pare, Hoibe Akuti, Ahayama Puja Bose. Rupa Raghunatha Pare, Rahu Morasha, Partana Karo Ye Sada, Narotamarasa. Rupa Raghunatha Pare, Rahu Morasa, Pratana Koro Ye Sada, Tamarasa. Rupa Raghunatha Pare, Rahu Morasha, Pratana Koro Ye Sada, Narotamadaso. Nada Pare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe, Radhe Govinda. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Krishna. Radhe, Jaya Sri Krishna. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
343.
Krishna Deva Bhavan Tan Vande.
Yep. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Oh Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Man manasa madhukara marpaya nija pada pankaja makarande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Oh Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Yadyapi samadhishu vidirapi pashati natava nakagramarichi. Idami chamini shamyatavachuta tadapi kripa bhutavichi. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Oh Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Bhaktirudanchati Adyapi Madhava Natvai Mamati Lamachi. Parameshvara tatarapi tavarika durgata gata navirachi. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Oh Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Ayamavilolataya jasanatana kalita druta rasabhara. Nivasatu nityami amrita nindini vindan madhuri masaram. Oh Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Oh Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Vande man manasa madhukaram arpaya nija pada pankaja makarande. Pankaja makarande. Oh Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Oh Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Oh Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Haribo, Nitai go to Haribo. Haribo, Nitai. Haribo. Radhe. Dog is frantically looking through her book. Oh, I broke. I'll go to the experts. Mic stand.
Oh, 218. Yay, thanks. Radha Kunda Tata Kunja Kutira Govardhana Parvata Yamuna Tira Tata Kunja Kutira Govardhana Parvata Yamuna Tira Radha Kunda Tata Kunja Kutira Govardhana Parvata Yamuna Tira Taranga. Arara kunda tata kunja kutira govardhana pavata yamunatira. Mamsi bata gokula tira samira. Vrindavana taru Latika banira. Kagamilga kula malaya batasa. Mayora Brahmara Murali Vilasa. Arara kunda tata kunja kutira govardhana pavata yamunatira. Benutringa parachina megamala. Basanta shashanka Chamka karatala. Chagala vilose anukura jani. Chagala vilose anukula jani. Lila vilasa udi pakamani. Arara kunda tata कुटीरा गोवर्धन पावता यमुना तीरा ऐसा बचोरता कहीं नहीं जाऊं ऐसा बचोरता परानहारा Pakati vinora kahe suna khana Pakati vinora kahe suna khana Tuauri paka hamara parana Harara kunda tata kunja kutira Govardhan pavata yamuna tira Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhe Radhe, Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhe Radhe. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Haribo. Goy Premanande, Haribo. Agyanam Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tudalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namah. Yang Pravrijantam Manupetam Apeta Krityam Dvaipayano Viraka Taduajuhava Putri Ditanmayataya Taravo Banedos Tang Sarvabhu Vidayam Munimanatosme Bhaktya Vinay Paradalakshay Chiptasya Kamadi Tarangamadi Kripamayi Tvam Sharanam Prapadyam Brinde Namaste Charanarvindam Tavaivasmi Najivamitam Bina Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tam Nayamam Charanantikam Kripayati Adi Radha Padidha Sheshabadha Kimaparavishishtam Pushtimarya Yadi Vadati Chakinshit Smeraha Sodita Shir Dvijavaramani Panktya Mukti Shaktya Tadakim Shama Sundara Shikanda Shekhar Smeraha Samurali Manohara Radhika Dasikamam Kripanite Swapriya Charana Kinkarika Prananata Vishabhanu Nandini Srimakabjara Salola Satapada Radhika Padatale Kritastiti Tam Bhajami Rasikendra Shekhar Sambidaya Dashane Trinam Vivo Pardaye Brajamahendra Tumoham Tavati Ballava Madhiswari Priya. First I offer my unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Diksha Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Astotra Sat Shishimad, Srila Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Prabhupada, and the same unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Shiksha Guru, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Astotra Sat Shishimad, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and Srila Bhakti began Parati Goswami Maharaj. To our grandfather gurus, Sri Srimad Bhakti, Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, and Sri Srimad Bhakti, Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, to all of his divine associates, and to all the assembled devotees. For them, Karuna, for them, it's left side. Okay. And to all of his divine associates, and to all the assembled devotees, and all the assembled devotees, Diksha Gurus and my Shiksha Gurus, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Madhav Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Pan Maharaj, and Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Siddhanti Maharaj. So Friday was the disappearance day of our Shiksha Guru, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And we had some glorifications, slideshow, video, some devotees spoke. And then Saturday, his grand disciples spoke very beautifully yesterday morning. And so today is the third and final day, not of the glorification, but of the celebration of this holiday. So your name is Jenny? And you met Om?
Yes.
Where did you meet him?
I was working in South Beach and worked as host in a hotel, and he just walked in front of the hotel. He asked me if I practice yoga, and I said yes. So we start to talk, and he invited me to come.
Good, and he gave you a book too?
Yeah, I was telling them that the same day I was listening a podcast about different things about yoga, and that day I thought about like, wow, I want a book, because in podcast is not like the same that reading.
Mm-hmm.
And the same day in the afternoon, Dr. walked by, just
Same
with the
person?
books.
Om?
I told him.
But you met him earlier. Oh, first was the
First
podcast.
the podcast, I thought in books
You,
about
you
yoga.
thought
In
you
the
need a
afternoon,
book.
I met.
You
Dr.
thought, I need a
Om,
book about
and
yoga.
he has
Oh.
books.
Amazing. Good. The Lord works in mysterious ways. Okay, so I know it's your first time, so some things may be floating over you, but jot it down in your mind, and then we have time for questions after. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to call on a few more disciples who weren't there on Friday night. And the first one is Madhavi, who's going to come up here from way in the back to way in the front. You can give her the chair or the pillar. Now, she just reminded me this morning that she met Gurudev first. Can you sit here and face the devotees? She first met Gurudev way back in 1993. So she's really one of his senior disciples. She was formally initiated in 2003, I think,
Yeah,
but met him 10 years before then.
yes.
I was sending her to bring little packages to him when we were in Vrindavan together.
That's when you started the painting of,
Painting of Seva Kunj.
yes, and I used to cook for you, and then one day I went there and you said, can you do me a favor? Can you go to Gurudev and bring this note? So I walked into the Rupa Sanatan Mandir looking for him, and he surprised me because I asked him if he knew where I could find him. So he had a laugh. Srila Gurudev was very personal. Even his physical look was exceptional with those big blue eyes. I was very attracted to the beauty. I said, my goodness, if someone like that surrendered to Krishna, being so handsome, and he was still young in 1993, and I thought, if he surrendered to Krishna, I'm nothing to, you know. So when I delivered the message, there was an interaction there from eye to eye without talking. And then he used to come to ISKCON, the Krishna Balaram Mandir, and everybody was very drawn towards his presence, and none different from Srila Prabhupada's teachings. But there's, you know, the different personalities, they have their own, you know, self-realization. And so I felt that this must be a self-realized soul, because when he comes to the temple, everybody was going crazy about him. Then later on, I moved to Mumbai, and Srila Gurudev would come and give lectures. Well, in those days, you could easily have 2,000 people running to see and hear Srila Gurudev. And so I think because of being so magnanimous or so kind, something was there in his personality that drew the crowd to the point of creating a separation in the movement, because everybody wanted to get initiated by him. So for me, it was always a relationship of honoring, respecting, and his presence was very, very amazing. It was like a sunshine in the middle of the dark, you know, this very outstanding personality. Then I follow him through serving Shamarani Didi, who's been my guidance for, I would say, almost 50 years. And having her is, you know, when I come and do a little service for her, I feel like I'm doing it for him, because she is here to represent them. And today I was sharing with her that before he left Miami, he was staying with Raghunath. And I told my husband, who was off from work that day, I said, can we run and see him, because he's leaving to Houston to see some special doctor. So when we walked in, he was sitting in the car with his turban on, and his eyes were very fixed when he saw me. He was like that, and I almost fainted. I thought, my goodness, very serious, very. So the impression of a personality of such kind, you don't need to say a lot of things. You just see their presence. And even in my own, you know, weakness, daily life, just to think of Srila Gurudev, right away I straighten out. Even driving, I say, what would Srila Gurudev do in this situation? You know, he had that personality where you don't need to say words. You could just feel them. I feel his instructions. And having Gurudev Devi here, I feel like, you know, he's here too with us. So I feel very honored to be here to do a little service. After many years, you came the first day. I've been around since I was a young teenager in New York City looking for Krishna. And see, after 50 years, and I still don't know so much about Krishna, because this is a lifetime in preparation. And so Srila Gurudev, his life is teaching us how to live a life of preparation. So thank you all. Any question? Any? Yeah. Thank you. That's Didi. She made me beautiful. I dress for Didi. You know, when you develop a relationship with an artist of this caliber, you're no longer in the material plane. You begin to be, you know, to make her happy. I know what she likes. She likes women to be very chaste, and and she likes colors. She sees, you know, so that's the service too. Devotees are very attracting, like what you were saying. You read something, and then Krishna sent the book. So that's the blessings of our Guru Varga, the teachers from Prabhupada, Gurudev, and Gurudevi. And some of us will one day become teachers, because even though we don't have such qualifications, people like the person who gave you the book, you know, you're going to honor that person. So in this philosophy, we honor the teachers even when they're not here physically, because we are not these physical bodies to begin with. So this is a process of being humble, learning from the teachers, and if you learn from the teachers, you'll never fail. Thank you for being here. Jai. Thank you for that. You know, they say that we see each other. That's because you're also beautiful. Actually, I tell this young man, I told Diri today, that sometimes devotees begin to resemble the incarnations of God when you become pure. And when he got the shaven head and a picture, I say, he looks like Lord Chaitanya. And, you know, that's something to be concerned with, you know, that in this process you see me beautiful is because when you associate with beautiful people, then you become beautiful. That's a fact. Even when you say you're a singer, the last time we were here, my husband was here, he said, oh, I like the way that girl sings. She has a particular voice. And I said, that's because she's singing for Krishna. So today you say you're a singer. But what a better way to sing to please God, to please Krishna. Krishna means the most beautiful. So when you serve the most beautiful, you become beautiful. So come and serve, and we have here someone who can teach you how to serve. I don't know how to, but she's teaching me.
I want to ask you, so you got initiated in 2003, but then because you're a yoga teacher, you brought your yoga friends
Oh yeah,
to meet him. Can you
that's
tell
a
about
great
that?
pastime. We were going to Alachua because Srila Gurudev was going to be there in a big program. First time he came to Florida. And so I had a whole bunch of yogis that actually they wanted to drive to Alachua. That's a 6 hours drive. And we came in, he was lecturing, and then I was kind of like afraid to introduce them directly to him because I know some of them were smoking pot and, you know, drinking, and they're yogi. So when I came in, I was a little scared, and I introduced myself, and I introduced the students, and I said, these are yoga students, and he looked up and he said, bring some more. So you see, there's no judgment. The Guru knows that the strength to just be there is because of Sansukriti, which means pious activities. That even though you may not be a Krishna devotee with the name Krishna, but we all devotees of God, unconsciously. Everyone is, even the atheists. They believe in something superior. So in this philosophy, we learn to know, you know, who is that superior. And look.
Malini, did you have any conversation with him at that time when you brought your friends?
Well, yeah, actually, after the class, he came over and he said, thank you. And we looked at each other without saying so much, but he gave, you know, like, pranam.
He was thanking you for bringing your friends?
From bringing my friends. And then I saw Gurudev so many times, like in Mumbai, I told you that there was no room. And that's a huge temple, like 500 times bigger than this place. It's a huge place. And you imagine that he would come and lecture, and it became like that. So of course I wanted to be part of that. I said, if he's so special, I better be part of that. So we never like had a talk because I would become so shy in front of him. I didn't know what to do because he had not just presence, but the physical beauty too. And then you see everybody running towards him, and I wanted to feel, you know, lower than those who knew him better. Like Didi, she had a relationship with him, so I felt that if I serve Didi, I'm serving him. And so it's the way of this philosophy, you know, you go, the lower you go, the better. It's service, but it's service to the one absolute Krishna. Hari Bol.
Thank you. Very nice memories.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasinduvyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. we bow down because when you bow down, you become lesser than, and that helps us with a false ego because we're thinking all the time that we're like God. I'm the most beautiful, I'm the most this, most that. So when we pay respect, that makes you humble. So welcome to the world of the humble.
Jai, Jai Madhavi, people.
So I want to ask Krishna Das and Vasudev to speak something. Even a couple of words is good.
Chair.
No, I could sit, I'll sit here, no problem. No problem. Hari Bol, Dandavat Param.
This is Krishna Das Prabhu. When did you connect with Gurudev?
2006.
2006. Long ago.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayaniti Namine. Sri Krishna Leela Katane Sudaksham Maudaya Madhurya Gunascha Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tam Shirasha Namami. Jai Gurudev. First of all, my obeisances to Srila Gurudev and the entire Guru Parampara. Shamarani Didi, who is like a Siksha Guru to me. Jai. Once Shamarani Didi, before I go there, Shamarani Didi authorized a book for me, and she said to my beloved son, I said, son, wow, you know. First of all, I was born in the Caribbean. I'm not Indian. I'm third generation Indian. But I follow the Indian culture, Hinduism more or less. My name was Krishna at birth. Right, so God bless Krishna, I had that connection. My father's name was Govardhan, another connection. So I grew up in that household. But you got to know something. Before you know something is sweet, you got to know something is sour. You got to experience bitter or sour to know what is sweet. So growing up in a household of basic Hindus, I grew up in following what is called the Mayavad philosophy. And I was trained all these years in Mayavadism, the impersonal Brahm, and all these things. I did some yoga and Kriya Yoga and Hatha Yoga and all these things while growing up. I tried many things and I had many gurus along the line. Thanks, this all assist me in some way or the other. But there is a story in Ramayana, all who knows about Ramayana. There was this evil king called Ravana, and he had kidnapped Mother Sita. And Ravana had a brother named Bibhishan, who told him, he said, you did a wrong thing. And he tried to convince his evil brother. And Ravana actually physically kicked his brother, Bibhishan. Now that's a parallel, because when I came to the United States now, I was involved in Hindu temples and so on. And I was engrossed in this Mayavad philosophy until my discussion in the meetings were not on par with the others. And I was actually, I did not get the physical kicked, but I was pushed out. And that day in particular, that's 22 years ago, I was celebrating my 50th birthday. And I spoke to one great senior Vaishnava, who is a brother of Didi, Mahabodhi Das. And I went to, he advised me, and I took his advice. I went to the ISKCON temple in Miami, and I met his Nataka, Nataka Mataji. And I ordered 50 Bhagavad Gita as it is. This is the power of book distribution. And the Pandit is there, the Mayavadi Pandit and so on. And I just begin a story how I came up to him to follow and meet Gurudev, okay? So, after this Pandit had his service, I told him, I said, look, I just want to distribute some Bhagavad Gitas and so on, and I distribute these Bhagavad Gitas. And one of our God brother, he was singing and chanting, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha Anadi Adi Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. That's Sudarshan Das. He was chanting at the same time. I didn't know about that at the time, but I distributed these. It was my birthday, and that was it. So now Sudarshan told me, he said, boy, you must come. You must come, we will read Bhagavad Gita. I said, read Bhagavad Gita? He said, yes, if you could distribute Bhagavad Gita, we must read Bhagavad Gita together. I said, okay. And that was it. So on another occasion, I met Mahabodhi Das, and he, if you know that person, he is a disciplinarian, you know. So he said, what's your name? I said, my name is Krishna. He said, your name is Krishna. Do you know who's Krishna? And he pulled out from his bag and he gave me a book. And he said, read this, you're going to know who's Krishna. I said, wow. So I went and I started reading this book now. And then our God brother Sudarshan invited me to his home. And when I went there, I met the same person, Mahabodhi Das. And now we've reading Bhagavad Gita together. I said, wow, this is good. See how the connection came in. And then, so reading and starting to chant Maha Mantra. Then Gurudev, we thought everybody talking about this Gurudev, Gurudev. Who is this Gurudev? I do not know. So Gurudev came in 2006. And I went and I saw him. 2006, he was in, yes. Oh yes, no, he came in 2006. And he was in Fort Lauderdale. At that time, I did not go. I remember now, I did not go. Then later on, he came to Texas on a golf course. And I'm getting more involved now and following. So I decided to go to Houston. And when we're going to Houston now, and I find this journey is taken so long, something in me want to meet this Gurudev. And when we reached there, and I saw this personality, I start moving people outside, and I ran up to him and did prostration, Dandavat Pranam to him. He stood up, he did Dandavat Pranam, and I look up, and he just looked at me, and as Didi was saying earlier on, our eyes just met, no words, because I cannot speak, I was choking. Right? That was the meeting, that was the first meeting. Then another time, on the first lecture he gave, Gurudev was speaking that the first lecture I listened to, he was talking about the 24 gurus of Lord Dattatreya and what you should learn from each guru. You must learn by observation. You must observe carefully different personalities, learn from them.
Well, can you say
Different-
who those 24 gurus are? They'll be surprised to hear what gurus you're speaking about,
Yeah.
because they're thinking they're all humans.
Oh, yes. Like the first, I do not know the 24 by heart,
It's all
but
right.
he learned from the earth, this personality. He looked at the earth and he said, this earth provides and nourishes everyone. So he learned that lesson from the earth. He even learned a lesson from the snake, this big snake, which we call like a python. The python only kills when that python is hungry, and when he eats, he's satisfied, he go to bed, he sleeps again. He don't accumulate extra. That's another lesson. He learned from the wind. The wind blows, the
Oh, wait a minute.
aroma,
Wait a minute, that's confusing. He only kills when he's hungry?
the python.
So how do we learn from that?
Yes, that
Whatever
he's,
comes in front of us, we can kill?
no, only when he's hungry and he have enough.
What he absolutely
He
needs.
don't accumulate.
Good, that's the good
Right.
point.
Okay, so I'll skip a few because it will take a long time. But one of the things, one of what he spoke about is he spoke about the lowest profession you could ever think about. He talked about the prostitute. I'll just touch on this. And this prostitute, her name was Pingala. And this prostitute always decorates herself and go outside and wait for her customers to come. That was her livelihood. I'm only giving this in a nutshell. And as time goes by, this prostitute continued in her trade. But then she realized, I'm getting less customers, until eventually no customers. And then she realized that there was a younger prostitute in another block, and all these customers go in there. So she went back inside and she looked at the mirror and she saw herself. And then she realized, well, look, this body is getting old. Then she realized that she is not this body. She's a spirit soul residing in this body. And there's something called jara. Jara is old age. Old age consumes this body after a while. And this body gets old and be discarded. But the moral of this observation is that you are the spirit soul resides in this body. You are not, I do not identify yourself with this body. Because soon as you identify yourself with this body, there all the problem starts in life. Then you have your family relationship, parents, siblings, spouse, children, material things, and there the problem starts with that. So the
Why is
important,
it a problem?
because they are all materialistic and they take you away from your true self, And now you got to know your true self. This is called self-realization. And when you become self-realized, you become a Paramahamsa and so on and so on. But if I come back to Gurudev now, please. Another point I want to make is, in this material world, if a person say, we have 5 senses, right? Externals, gross senses. And if I say we could see with our ears, you will say, oh, this guy is crazy. But Gurudev, that lesson I learned from that lecture that I read about from Gurudev is his Param Guru, which is his Guru. There was a big assembly. to speak and glorify his Param Guru. And Gurudev was speaking there and glorifying his Param Guru as though he was there, but he was never there and never met or saw him or listened to him personally. And these other senior Vaishnavas who were disciples of the Param Guru came to Gurudev Guru, who is my Param Guru, and complained. How Narayan ji at that time could give such a lecture and say, as though he saw our Gurudev. And then when his Guru, Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, called him to discuss this matter, he said, Gurudev, I listened so much of his glories from you that I listened through my ears. So although we have, like Srila Prabhupada, for example, I feel as though I met Srila Prabhupada. I dream Srila Prabhupada more than I even dream Gurudev. And I discussed that with Didi. I discussed it with Madhav Maharaj, and they said, no problem. Both of them are same, but there's two bodies. Because I read so much of Srila Prabhupada books, and I listened to the glorification of Srila Prabhupada from senior disciples, also from my Gurudev, that I feel I meet him. So it come like you see him through your ears. So the moral of this point is, listen. Shravanam, listening, listening, listening through your ears. It will go into your heart. And I believe, many disciples will say, oh, Gurudev left. I did not have much personal contact with Gurudev, and I don't ever feel that Gurudev left. To me, Gurudev is always here because Gurudev said, I will always be with you. Gurudev never left. And I know deep down in my heart that Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada is there. And when I get there, they will be there to greet me and accept me. You must have this in your heart, confirmed. Jai. I did not plan to speak anything. This is just impromptu.
Wow, it's great.
If I went off course.
No, you didn't.
Oh, one more point. Gurudev knows your heart. Once I travel from here and travel on all the different flights and the layovers and so on, and I reach to Navadvip. When I get to Navadvip, this is in my heart, I want to see my Gurudev. That longing is there, that greed is called laulyam. That is there. And when I get there, so happened from the big mass, Gurudev just got up and was walking out, and all these senior disciples and sannyas, everybody was there. And look at me, little Krishna Das, running up to meet Gurudev. Some men said, no, you can't come. All I heard in a heavy voice, let him come. And what they did? All these senior disciples, I to go and make that eye contact and do my pranam to Gurudev. So Gurudev knows your heart. So don't think he ever left. And even if you have your own personal guru, your personal guru is, what is your personal guru? He gave you that mantra, that word. Mantra Satyam, Guru Satyam. Satyam Deva Param Param. Guru Vakyam, the voice, is Sada Satyam, the ultimate truth. Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. So that what your guru gives you, keep that as your guru. Follow his instructions, do your chanting, do your mantras, your gayatris, and worship your Guru every day. Patram pushpam palam tuyam. No big elaborate thing. Offer a flower, offer water, offer the light every day, morning, evening. And you know what happened? You're going to feel the difference. Jai.
Jai. Srila Gurudev ki
I
Jai.
didn't want to don't get me started. Jai.
Well, there's an ocean of remembrances that come once you get started.
Jai.
Okay. Jai Gurudev.
Didi, it's so nice to have you here.
Nice to have you here. Okay, there's one more disciple of Srila Gurudev who just came, and that's Yasoda Devi Dasi. Huh? Oh, right. He's usually too shy to say anything, but we're waiting. Right, first Vasudeva and then Yashoda. Sure. Yeah.
Agyanam timidandasya gyanam jana shalakaya chakshumilitam yena tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. First of all, I'm not a good speaker, but I would say what I know about my Gurudev. I met Gurudev in 2003 at the Shiva Mandir. So I was invited, I went there, there were so many people, and he was coming down the asana, and his sidelong glances look at me. He came and he touched me on my shoulder. Then
He touched your
my
shoulder?
deceased wife was on the other side. So I said, see Gurudev, she said, I saw when he touched you on the shoulder. So then Sudarshan Prabhu said, it's time for you to dig. He's a good guru. Take him. So 2004 yes, I got initiated. Then I went to India, but my wife was always a push, push, push. You know, she have to go and see Gurudev, you know. And she used to carry big whole wheat bread and cakes and carry for me. He said, this is what you bring for me? She said, no, I need that socks from your feet. He said, what do you need my socks for? He took the socks out and gave it to her. I remember all those past. But I'm not a good speaker, but I'm happy to have Gurudev in my life. And I also came from a Hindu home, growing up and worshiping Lord Krishna, but not in this way, in the Mayavadi's way. And when Srila Prabhupada disciples went to Trinidad, my father was building a house, and he gave them the house for 2 years to stay in that house. Unfortunately, he passed the house on to me, but I had to sell it due to taxes purpose and all that. You know? But it's been a pleasure being around here. You know, I can't come every week, but I will try my best. And I thank Shamarani. I remember working in New York as a letter carrier. I have to go through Henry Street, and I used to smell the ghee. I said, wait a minute, let me go back around and smell. And I saw that nice little house, and the ghee was coming out from the house.
He is clarified
Yeah.
butter.
And then in 1986, I started to go to ISKCON and Skimmerhorn Street. Yeah, from then on, then I said yes. But it's been it's okay now. I'm trying to adjust because I don't have a partner, but you know, but it's okay. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you for speaking. That was beautiful.
Whoa.
You want to sit here?
Oh, no,
Or at least sit so that you're facing everybody.
okay.
You could have the chair, or you can take the pillow from the chair. Can everybody see her?
तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यः वच पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः Hare Krishna. First of all, I want to thank Shamarani Didi for always inspiring us and creating these beautiful spaces for us to remember dear topmost Srila Gurudev. Wow, where to start? I'm going to
Yeah.
say that I want to thank Vasudev Prabhu because he was very shy and he didn't say all the wonderful things he did when Gurudev was here in Florida. His wife, like he said, was always pushing us to do service and to come and celebrate all these wonderful titis and always engage in beautiful Sangha before Gurudev left, after Gurudev left. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate all of the devotees that are part of the community because without you, we wouldn't be engaged in service. So I think I want to start by saying that for so long, I wanted to meet the devotees when I was young. And I was probably like 13, 14, and I had no chance to go to a temple. I'm from Venezuela, so I would see the devotees chanting on the street, and I'll say, oh, one day I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the temple. I wanna go to the temple. And then my parents wouldn't let me go. I don't think they wouldn't let me go. I just didn't have the means to go. And then when I moved here, I started going to the temple in Coconut Grove. And for the longest, I guess the first instructions I carry in my heart were like, when you are looking for somebody to take instruction from, just be observant and see what type of life they lead and what they can give to you. Because if you're getting instructions for somebody that it's not realized, you can only get so far. So I'm not the greatest sadhaka, but I guess one thing I had in my heart was that greed of, okay, at least I want to get inspired by someone who can show me who I am and what's my relationship to Krishna. And even if I feel like I'm the farthest in this lifetime, I know that if I take instruction from the right person, one day I'll reach my goal. So for many years, I was chanting and doing service, going to the temple. And then one day, one devotee also from Venezuela came up to me and said, you have to come meet Gurudev. He had already taken initiation. You have to come meet Gurudev. And I was confused because, of course, you hear like, oh, don't go here, don't go there. And there is a lot of interest, right, to go take initiation from this guru or keep serving here and there. And at first I got confused, so the first time Gurudev came to Florida, I wasn't able to go see him. But then the next year, somebody came and we had programs with sannyas from Gurudev Sangha. And somebody said, okay, you want the truth to be revealed in your heart, then pray to Nityananda Prabhu. He's the only one that can show you the way. And I started chanting. And every time I chanted, I said, oh, Nityananda, just clear these doubts and these confusions I have in my heart. I want to meet my Gurudev. And then
Can you tell Jenny who Nityananda is?
Oh, Nityananda Prabhu is an expansion of Krishna. He represents the truth of Guru, and he's Lord Balaram. Like when Krishna expands, everything comes from him. But when he expands, each expansion has a different purpose. And the expansion of Nityananda Prabhu, Baladev Prabhu, and all of these representations of personalities of Krishna's teachings, and similarly, like in past times, they act like his brothers. They're just the truth of the knowledge and how we can serve Guru. So it's like the knowledge and the masters that we should follow. So it took me only a year for me to come back, like to do another program. And then Gurudev gave me initiation over the phone. And it was so wonderful because he was in Hawaii. And I said, oh, for many years, he left in 2010, but for many years, he will have different health situations, and everybody will be afraid, like, oh no, Gurudev's gonna leave now. Now it's your chance. Don't be a fool. Don't waste your time. And then somebody came to my house, and we were having a beautiful program, and he said, okay, Gurudev is in Hawaii. We can call him right now. You can take initiation. And he so wonderful and magically accepted me. And I remember that day in 2005, everybody who was in the room said he was away, but at that moment when he gave you Harinam, and the Harinam came from his lotus mouth like that, it was like he was right there, next to us. No distance. And I think only like 5 months went by, and that's when I finally got to see have his darshan in person. But I can say that every time from the heart I tried to connect with Gurudev, it was like that time when I got initiated. So it shows you that distance and time are really no obstacles when you're trying to connect with a self-realized soul. They're beyond that space, they're beyond time, they're beyond everything. So if I ever feel like I'm not qualified or I'm not connecting with Gurudev, it's all my shortcomings. Because when I open my heart and I ask for guidance or help or anything, I don't even have to ask, it's always been there, but my eyes open up. And it's like, I'm always guiding you and I'm always with you. He used to say, I'm closer to you than the air you breathe. So I'm eternally grateful. And after his departure from the world, he's never left us. I think here in Miami, we've always had that kind of association. He was always sending preachers. He was always giving so much to nourish our bhakti that we never fell alone, and we never left his association. So I think having Shamarani Didi here is like the topmost evidence that he's always guiding us. And I want to thank you, Didi, because you're like the most beautiful example of what bhakti is. And even if I try to follow an inch of what you've done in your life, it will be really positive, and it will take me to so much closer to Gurudev and Shri Krishna. So thank you so much. One last thing that Gurudev said is that when you have shortcomings, you have to come up to him and open your heart and be honest. Be honest and responsible. Ask for help, because he can remove anything, any kind of anartha he can remove from our heart. So I try to do that, and I know I could be doing so much better in my bhakti, but little by little, step by step, I'm just inching one step closer to him. Every time I hold my japa, every time I do my mantras, every time I offer something at home. So every little service that we do, we have to do with that determination that Gurudev is guiding us, and that Gurudev will never leave us alone. So thank you so much for the remembrances. They've been beautiful. I travel with Prabhu to go see him, and we had so much fun. And I think the only time I went to India is because Gurudev was here in Miami translating for many months, and we had the chance to go see him and take darshan and spend time with him, and it was just so peaceful, because every time there were festivals, there was these swarm of people around him, and you hardly ever had a chance to go see him. But here in Miami, when he was translating, we had like these one-to-one darshans, and they were like so magical.
Do you remember any conversation you had with him?
Yes. I remember one time I came to Raghunath Prabhu just to bring like some offering to Gurudev, and I was not expecting to see him, because another another situation was that Gurudev was resting, Gurudev was translating, and you didn't want to interrupt with that service. So sometimes we will come during the day without the expectation of, interrupting what he was doing. So I came, and Brinda Didi was there, Madhava Maharaj was there, and also Rajanath Prabhu. But there was not many other devotees around. So I came and just to drop the things and give my pranams from far. And then Brinda Didi is like, oh no, come into Gurudev's room, come see him. And I was so shy. And I brought the offerings I had in my hand. And I remember one was like a big jar of honey. And he picks it up and he's like, oh, Madhu, thank you for
Madhu
bringing
means honey.
bringing so much Madhu. And he's like, I haven't seen you. Where have you been? And then he's like, you have to come see me in Govardhan. Like that. He's like, you have to come see me in Govardhan. That's where we're going to meet. And I was so confused. Like, how's that going to happen? My children were young. I was busy. I had a job. And then I don't know how he made it happen. But the next summer, I was traveling to India, and the next time we met was in Vrindavan. And he's like, oh, you've come again. And he gave me darshan. It was so beautiful. And it was Guru Purnim. So I was able to take darshan of Gurudev, like in the most holy places, in Vrindavan, in Govardhan, in Mathura. And for me, that was like a confirmation of how he makes miracles happen in everybody's life. I wasn't even, planning to go to India, but then the next time I was able to see him there and get his darshan, and it was unforgettable. It was amazing, and I'm just so eternally grateful for having him in my life. Gaur Pranamanande.
Gaur Pranamanande.
Hari Bol.
Wonderful memories. Thank you for sharing them. Okay. When you try and remember things, this flood comes and you don't know where to go. But as the devotees were sharing, it reminded me of some experience, so I wrote it down. Okay. So I met Srila Gurudev in 1992 in Vrindavan. And just fast forward to anywhere. I'm not going to go in any order. I asked him, if the goal of life is to love Krishna and be in ecstasy and spontaneous love and hair standing on end and tears falling, how come we have to learn so many terms like Vaidhi Bhakti, Raganuga Bhakti, what are some other terms? Sattvika, Vikar, Kilakinchita. Why do we have to get into so many terms? So he said, if I tell you that in this painting here, the painting that I did in 1993, called Sevakunj, where Krishna is serving Radharani, and I tell you, they're both experiencing Kilakinchita above, what will you know of what's happening in the painting? Just briefly, Kilakinchita above is 7 kinds of contradictory moods, like shyness and flirting, or tears and smiling, playing hard to get, and inspiring the love of the other one. So, therefore you have to know the terms. Just because the goal is those ecstatic feelings. And it begins intellectually, that you intellectually understand the term. So you see in the painting that they're both smiling somewhat. Tears are coming from both their eyes. And Radharani, he's making an appeal to her, but she's playing hard to get that, no, don't approach me, I don't want to have any relationship with you, like that. It was interesting that Jashoda mentioned that Gurudev told us to encourage us that I'm closer than the air that you breathe. So once in, where was that? Murwillumbur in Australia, he was giving a class about Guru, and he said that Guru should think that Guru is non-different from your heart. He's actually in your heart, just like Krishna is. So then the next morning, I went to the place where he was staying, and I asked him, so last night you said that we're one heart. But I don't see you like that. Whenever I see you, I just feel guilt that I'm not serving you properly. So he said, yes, that's why I gave the class. There's no difference, there's no separation at any time between Radha and Krishna and the gopis, and yet Krishna creates a sense of separation just to make the hankering for more closeness. Because if it's always like, if the ocean has no waves and it's like a pool, how long can you look at it? But the ocean with so many waves, like separation, meeting, then it becomes more tasteful. And then he also confirmed that by saying, there's no there's no separation between us, like there's no separation between water and its wetness. Because Guru is manifestation of Krishna, he has so many qualities that Krishna has, and that's one of them. Whenever Krishna Balaram Mandir was mentioned, what was you, Krishna Das? Mentioned Krishna Balaram Mandir. That's the ISKCON temple. That's about 10-15 minutes from his Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Math. So whenever he would go visit there in the early 90s, all the ISKCON devotees would, and that means there was thousands at such a festival, they would all throng him so that he could hardly walk. It was just one big mass of devotees, because as they mentioned, he was so, attractive to the point of mesmerizing. I remember once in Brazil, many devotees who had come from ISKCON were meeting him for the first time. So he was sitting in this rocking chair, and the devotees were lining up to meet him. And one devotee said, when it was his turn to be right in front of Gurudev, I just want to say, and then he began wailing. And interesting, because he is as closer than the air we breathe. Sometimes I would have conversations with him, and then when I would go back to my room in Vrindavan, I would think, oh God, I wish I had said that. Why did I say that? And I wish I could have said that. So then I thought to myself, hey, wait a minute, I could still keep talking with him. It's not like I wish then, but you could just keep going on. And he would often say, because most of us who came to him had come from Srila Prabhupada, and his teachings, and those who never met Srila Prabhupada had read Srila Prabhupada's books. And Prabhupada would say, I'm present in my books. So then Gurudev would tell us, the books are just like a treasure chest. And the interesting things about a treasure chest is that there's another smaller chest within that larger treasure chest. And although the larger treasure chest was open for all, millions of people in the world would read Prabhupada's books and get so many treasures from them. But then there was a smaller one that was locked. And he said, I'm giving you the key to unlock that smaller treasure chest that has more valuable jewels in it, that was hidden in the larger treasure chest. And he would also give a related analogy. When we first came to see him in Badger for the first year in 1996, he said that a father leaves, what do you call that, check? A check, but it's in a bond. He leaves a bond for his children when he leaves his body. And the bond means that the child can't use that money until he becomes a certain age. Otherwise, when he's a kid and he gets, $1 million, he's going to buy a lot of bubble gum. So when he gets to a certain age, he'll be able to use that money properly. So he said that Prabhupada left us all, his children, with this bond. And now that I'm here, the bond is fructifying. That's great. Because I'm giving you that treasure that in that little treasure chest that was in the bigger one. Another analogy he gave was that Prabhupada's books are like a what is that? He said everything is there, but because of our own lack of vision, we can't see what's in the books clearly. Like, for example, when I first met Gurudev, he went right into why Lord Chaitanya came. And he would give the verse often, Anarpita charing charat karunayavatirnam kalo samarpitam anato jularasam svabhakti sriyam hari purata sundaram Jyuti kadamba sandi pita sada hridaya kandare spurituva sachinandana. This verse is in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, that Lord Chaitanya came to give what no other incarnation or no other self-realized teacher ever gave before. Before means before, during this day of Brahma, which is 4,300,000,000 years. And then Brahma's night is the same. In the previous day of Brahma, it was Lord Chaitanya who came to give that same gift. And what is the gift? The brilliant flame of the treasure of amorous love, that is Unat Ujjvala Rasa. That means the rasa of paramour love, Krishna's paramour love. Swabhakti, his bhakti, means the love of Srimati Radhika. Sriyam. Sriyam means beauty, but it also means treasure. So whenever our Srila Prabhupada would translate that word, he said he would give the treasure of that. But again, a treasure chest generally means that it's locked. So the treasure was the beauty of Srimati Radhika's love. That is, if there's a creeper winding around a tree, and the creeper doesn't have leaves or flowers or buds, munjaries, then the air doesn't want to play with that creeper. But if it does, then the air wants to make the creeper with the leaves and the flowers move and dance. So with the beauty of Srimati Radhika, which means not only her friend gopis, but her manjaris, that means her maid servants, that makes her pastimes with Krishna still more beautiful and nourished. So that secret of what that Sriyam means and what Lord Chaitanya really came to give and what Srila Prabhupada and all of our past teachers came to give is that love of the maidservant of Srimati Radhika. Because no one, our constitution cannot digest being her friend, one of the regular friends who also has an amorous relationship with Krishna. But her maidservants aren't interested in that. They just want to assist Srimati Radhika. So Srila Gurudev opened up that treasure chest to tell us what that treasure, that word treasure, meant. And so the other analogy that Prabhupada gave in relation to his service to our Srila Prabhupada is that everything is in Prabhupada's books, but because of our own cataracts, we couldn't see what was clearly written in his books. Like, for example, that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. So he said, so I'm giving you the torchlight so that you can see clearly his books. And I'm also giving you the shovel so that you can dig more deeply into his books. So that's the great contribution that, in a shortcut nutshell, that Srila Gurudev came. And like another example of how he expanded my understanding when I first came to him is I was like Prabhupada's second initiated disciple, girl disciple. There were already about 10 men, but I was the second female disciple. So I was very, very, by years, I was very senior. I joined in 1966, when Prabhupada only had a few disciples, and later he got millions. So one of my god sisters, who had already been seeing Gurudev for a couple of years, she introduced me as a very senior disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Oh, so you're senior, he said. Then tell me, what is the meaning of causeless devotional service? You know, the soul, is that verse in the second chapter of the first canto. Sarve dharma paro, what? Sarva pungsam, savai pungsam paro dharmo, jito bhaktir hoksajay. That the soul itself can become fully happy when it's engaged in causeless and unmotivated, and, or that means causeless, and uninterrupted service to Krishna, who's transcendental to all the material senses. That's when the soul, ourselves, can become happy. Like my senses may become happy, got a great job, never had such a good job, got a great guy, never had such a great guy, and so my senses are titillating with some kind of happiness. But I'm not realizing that that happiness of attachment to that material thing is causing me to have to experience all the miseries of the material world, the dualities of honor and dishonor, even birth and death. So why did I mention that? Yes, so he said, so what is causeless? The only thing I knew about causeless service was something that I had previously heard from Srila Prabhupada, which was that during World War I and World War II, the men went to war, and the ladies, who were sisters, beloveds, wives, daughters, mothers of the men, they all went to church and prayed that, oh God, please make my husband, beloved, son, and so on, come back in a good way. But when the men died in the war, then the women all said, forget it. Either there's no God or God is bad, because he didn't fulfill my material desire. So that's all I knew about causeless, that I knew what was cause, that they had a cause, and when the cause wasn't fulfilled, forget it. So Gurudev said, let's give a deeper meaning of cause, causeless. That is, Radharani is the complete pleasure potency of Krishna. That is, in existence, ultimately there's only Radha and Krishna. Everyone else comes from them. They're the complete absolute truth. Masculine, feminine, complete absolute truth. But then she has this expansion called Yoga Maya, who assists her in expanding to millions and billions of other beautiful cowherd maidens, who are all aspects of her moods. Each mood of hers becomes one cowherd maiden, friend of hers or rival of hers, whatever. But by the nature of Yoga Maya, who has to arrange that everyone forgets their godhood or goddesshood and Krishna's godhood in order to have loving exchanges which would be impeded by the, oh, he's God. Or the other gopis thinking, oh, she's Krishna's pleasure potency. But the intimacy, or what to speak of Krishna's mother, how would she chastise him if she's thinking that he's God? So the intimacy, there's a wall to that intimacy. Or Krishna's father, oh, I've heard here and there that you're God. Well, here, take my worship. In other words, I'm going to punish you because you did something naughty. Is this all, are you lost or are you, you're okay? And Jenny, I know this is a culture shock for you. All right, so where are we? Right, so they have to forget that, everyone has to forget that Krishna is God and Radhika is goddess. So, therefore, she gets jealous of certain of those other coward girls who Krishna has amorous relationships with. But instead of the love breaking, like here in this world, okay, my husband dropped me and now he has another lover, a younger lover. So, well, I'm going to get 2 or 3 lovers then. Resentful, envious, hate, turning into divorce. The bosom friends become the bosom enemies. It's always a love-hate relationship in this world. But for Radharani here on the altar, even knowing that Krishna has millions of other lovers, the definition of prem, or transcendental divine love, is that even when there's a very, very good cause for breaking, instead of breaking, it increases millions of times. And that's Radharani's love. And then, when Krishna left Vrindavan, is all Gurudev's explanation to me, when Krishna's left Vrindavan and went to Dwarka and married, became a prince instead of a cowherd boy, and married 16,108 princesses. And he got in total about 1 million sons, daughters, and grandchildren. You can imagine Radharani's love would have broken, but rather it increased. So he said, that is causeless. We have a very nice book, if any of the guests want to get this book. It's in the boutique, and it's called Prem Samput, which is the love locket of Srimati Radhika, which Krishna is never privy to how amazing her love is, how deep it is, how powerful it is. He knows it's like that, but how much, he doesn't know. So he had to disguise himself. If you both look over there at the paintings there, is it the bottom one or the top one? The top painting, that was the cover that Gurudev asked me to do for his translation of Prem Samput. Oh, good, thank you. Nitai to the rescue. So here, Krishna's disguised. Krishna's disguised as a demigoddess. And he's telling Radha, you shouldn't love Krishna. He's a debauchee. He has all these bad qualities. He's too lusty, and you have so many glorious qualities. You should leave him. So she said, well, actually, I should be angry with you because you're blaspheming my beloved, who's more dear to me than my life. But I don't know why, but I have some strange attraction for you. And so I want you to stay and live with me. And if you do that, I'm going to open up my love locket and give all the secrets. So if we want to know these secrets of what is pure love so that we can enter into that, then it's in the boutique. Okay. So once I asked him, because I had been seeing him for about a year, and I always had a hard time with painting. I didn't like it because it was too hard, but I kept doing it because Prabhupada didn't let me quit. So then I thought, so now I'm with Gurudev, and I thought, okay, well, I'll just develop immediately ecstatic love for Krishna while chanting, and I wouldn't have to paint. But still, the last instruction that Prabhupada gave me, which was, he left the vision of the world in 77, and in 76 in Vrindavan, he gave me an order to do picture books of all of his books. He said, just picture caption. Any intelligent person can think of a picture and write a caption. So I was trying to do that for some years, but it wasn't working out. Anyways, then I met Gurudev, 77 I met him in 92, that's I think 15 years later. And I told him that, I've been painting for Prabhupada for so many years. But somehow or other, I don't feel like painting anymore. So but I'm not sure what to do. So he said, some orders from the spiritual master are eternal, permanent, and some orders are temporary. That is, the spiritual master gives an order to do something because the disciple is at a certain level. And then when the disciple gets to another level, then he has another order. So not all orders. So in other words, he was telling me I don't have to continue painting. So what did he do in 6 months? Engaged me in painting again. Srila Gurudev. But it was kind of on another, whole other level. But that's a whole other story, whole other class. Once I was on a parikrama. Parikrama means you go to the places of pilgrimage, the holy places where the Lord has had his pastimes in the holy city of Vrindavan. So I was on a parikrama with Gurudev, but there were only me and another girl and Gurudev on that parikrama. And I call that subtitle in my memoir book, Rubble Parikrama, because for those of you who have been to Vrindavan, you know that a lot of Vrindavan looks like just rubble. Some of the buildings are 1,000 years old, and the plasters came off the bricks, and the bricks came off the bricks, and it's just like a bunch of stones. The holiest temples are sometimes it's just a bunch of like melting stones or little pieces of stone. So we were on this rubble parikrama, and every time we came to another temple, we would offer obeisances with Gurudev. So I thought, okay, now I get a chance to ask this question, which is, what do you say when you bow down at each different altar? Because what I was saying and what I had been saying for years is no matter where I'm bowing down, I would say my obeisances mantra to Srila Prabhupada, Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale. So I asked, so what are you saying at each different altar? He said, when you reach my heart, then you'll understand what I'm saying. But he still kept talking. And he said, here we were at Radha Damodar. The deities are named Radha Damodar. And so I say this. Angashamalim Chatabhiravito Mandi Kritendi Varam Jadyam Jagudarochi Sambhagaratam Patambarasya Sriya Vrindaranya Nivasanam Hridilasat Tamabhiramodaram Radha Skanda Niveshito Jalabhajam Jayamadamodaram Jayamadamodaram. Means I meditate on that Sri Damodar. Krishna has different names according to his qualities, whose dark bodily luster is millions of times more beautiful. It's dark, but it's lustrous, so it looks light. Is more beautiful than the blue lotus flower, whose brilliant yellow garments rebuke the radiance of golden kumkum. Kumkum is it's a kind of yellow-orange powder, whose residence is Sri Vrindavan, whose chest is beautified by a swinging Vaijayanti garland. Like you see Krishna, he's wearing this beautiful Vaijayanti garland is a garland with 5 colors. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you take the little ones, 5 different colors, and sometimes his garland is swinging down to his knees, and sometimes the garland is swinging down to his feet. And whose splendorous left hand rests upon the right shoulder of Srimati Radhika. So she's standing to his left, he's to her right, and his hand is on her shoulder. So that sounds like a pose, doesn't it? It's just a pose. But the deep meaning of that is that even though Krishna is God and universes come from him, still he can't stand up without the help of Radharani. He's totally dependent on her because she is his power personified. So by philosophical truth, the sun, even though the sun is the cause of the sunlight, the sun depends for its existence of being a sun on the sunlight. So by philosophical truth, Krishna obviously depends on his power to be powerful. Unlimited power, and unlimited power is unlimitedly powerful. But also in their pastimes, we find that Krishna can't live without Srimati Radhika. As you see here, he's saying, oh, please put your lotus feet on my head to cool down the amorous love in separation in my heart. Please be pleased with me. Huh? Time for prasad, Vijjanti said. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to stop here. And if you want to hear from me hundreds of more pastimes, and that's only the first year of my being with Srila Gurudev, 1992. And we're in the middle of the book of the next 92 to 2010. Okay, just get this book. Okay, are there any questions or comments? Yes, thank you very much. So, this is for guests primarily. We are a very small temple in numbers. We have a lot of friends, like Andreas here, who comes and does services and comes to the program. But I don't consider you as guests, Krishna Chandra. Anyway, so, but for the practical services of the day, we are, well, could I tell you a mundane story? Okay, when I was a little child, I used to watch I Love Lucy. It was a comedy show. Those of you who are old would know what I mean. Even Radha used to watch it. Anyway, so one time she was arranging a, you'll see the point later in a few minutes. She was arranging all her friends to put on a play, a drama, about a southern gal who fell in love with a Yankee soldier. So everyone was supposed to meet at a certain place. So she gave the address, and then at the time that the play was supposed to go on, nobody was there because she accidentally gave the wrong address. So she, rather than call off the play, she just decided to play all the parts. So by the time it was halfway into the play, she had half this garment on and half the other garment on, and she ran behind a little screen and half changed, and you can imagine what a mess it was. Well, that's how our temple was. That's how our temple is. Everyone is loaded to more than the max. So we need help with garland making, cleaning, assisting in preparing foodstuffs. What else? We go out and feed the the poor, homeless people, what is it called these days? Underserved. And like there's putting jam and peanut butter and jam on bread for the underserved. What else? Oh, feeding the pigs. We go and give prasadam to the pigs and the goats and the chickens. So there's lots and lots of services. Vacuuming, cleaning the picture frames. So if anybody has a little bit of time, at any time during the week, please see Raga or Vasanti, and they can help you be inspired of different things that you can do. And if you're a guy, you can especially see Kadavaja. All right, so, are there any questions or comments? Or if you'd like to bring flowers. When it rains, it pours. So because it's Gurudev's disappearance day, somebody donated a ton of flowers. Otherwise, they're very scarce. So if you'd like to bring flowers.
Mentioning that you ask when you do prostration, what do you say?
So he told me one prayer. That was the prayer to Radha Damodar. But then, if it's Gornatai there, then, what is that? Nityananda Mastubhyam. What? No, that's the prayer to Nityananda. What is that? Yeah, Ajana Lambita Vajo Kanakavatado, or what's that one? Nityananda Sahodito. Gododayo Pushpavanto Chitrasundo Tamomudo. That is Gorn and Nitai arose just like the sun and the moon to enlighten all the souls suffering from the dense darkness of this age of Kali.
Is it okay to summarize instead of individual who does not know all these mantras? You do prostration and say, Om Shri Radha Krishna Namaha Samarpayami. And I bow to you.
Yeah, I bow. You can even say it in English if you don't know Sanskrit mantras. I bow to you. Please be. I offer my obeisances to you. Please be merciful to me. Please lift me from this ocean of nescience and engage me in the happiness of service to you. Like that. Now we're going to do kirtan. Do you know the words, Jenny, of the Hare Krishna mantra? Okay, so let's get that out. It's in the van. Don't we have another black one? You can give it, yeah, if you could show her the page. And the words are Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, which means just that, O God, Krishna, O energy of God, Hare, or Radha, I'm suffering in this material world because I'm serving your illusory energy in the form of dead matter. Please pick me up into the spiritual atmosphere and engage me in your service so that I can be happy. So it's call and response. Are you leading, Kadavaja?
I think so.
Okay. He's leading, and then call, and then we respond with the same thing. And a lot of times devotees get up and dance as well. Jai. Oh, I forgot to mention, and Karunamayi comes over and does lots of services. Karuna Shakti. Yeah. Because yeah, if we can do it after the kirtan. I'm sorry, because it's late for prasad.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Raman Bihari, Radha Raman Bihari, Radha Raman Bihari, Shri Radhe, Jaya Radha. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Krishna, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Shri Radhe. Jaya Sachinandan, Jaya Gaurari, Sachinandan, Jaya Gaurari, Jaya Sachinandan, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Oh, Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Gaura Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo. Oh, Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo.
Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Shri Sacred Vedic Arts Ki Jai, Shri Gaur Premanande Artsa Ki Jai. Thank you all so much for coming. Sunday program. We'll take prasadam outside. So if you sit outside, the devotees will bring you a plate. And all glories to the cooks. Rag. Woo-woo!
Special Christmas themed blessed bites available.
Ooh.
Little holiday boxes and things. So if you need holiday things.
Jai. You can get today, or if you don't want to get today, you can also order from us for the holidays. Tomorrow's Ekadasi. So those of you who want to fast from grains and follow Ekadasi tomorrow. And we have Friday Kirtan. What else is happening this week? It's very important. If you don't know what Ekadasi is, you can ask any of the devotees here. They can share and teach you how to follow. Whoa. We have our boutique back there, arts and books, and I think that's it. Jai. Mahaprasad Ki Jai. Oh, the books and art. Oh, it's actually really good. It's any amount of books and any art for any donation. I know, right? It's holidays are coming. Get your posters, get your books. Best gift to give. Merry Krishna. Exactly. Haribo. Anchakopati Vishaki David. Mahaprasad. Mahaprasad.
Oh, please repeat after me. Oh Lord, this material body is a lump of ignorance. And the senses are networks of paths leading to death. Somehow or other, we've fallen into this ocean of material sense enjoyment. And of all the senses, the tongue is the most voracious and difficult to control. But you, dear Krishna, are very kind. You have given us this nice prasadam, spiritual food, to help us conquer over the tongue. Now let us take this prasadam to our full satisfaction, and in so doing glorify their lordship Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. And love call for the help of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu. Gaur Premanandi. And love.